one of my fears is that while we're doing this and I'm listening to you, I'm being the mouth breather on the.
Yep, you are.
I'm just sitting here going.
Well,
or pick him in a.
I think he's gonna choose wisely.
We are.
He's going to choose those.
I hope
We
so.
are absolutely keeping that in the beginning of this podcast.
I'm the mouth breather.
We're going to keep that in. As Scott, there you go.
There you go. I can't help it.
That's you.
It doesn't get more real than that.
He didn't
does
hear
it?
this, so hopefully he won't know that you're keeping that in.
Well, folks, we are number 12. And, man, this has been a great time. This time that we've spent today, and you've heard this over 12 weeks, over 3 months, but we've been doing this all in one day. And we've really enjoyed spending this time with each other. Really enjoyed spending the time with you. And I hope that you've gotten something out of it. I don't want this to be the last time we all get together, and I'm sure it won't be. And we'll continue doing as many of these Wise Guys podcasts as we possibly can. You know, we've talked about the organic church. We've talked about a lot of things, and everybody's really kind of shared their hearts. Jamie, you had something that you wanted to bring up. I have no idea what it is. You just take it.
Okay. I'll do that.
This could be scary.
It could be, and I think it'll kind of take everybody, for a little bit of a loop. But I think we have a lot of listeners that are atheists, and I have such a heart for them, and they're such great thinkers. They really, really think through life, and they're really trying to figure some things out, and they've got great things.
Mm-hmm.
We have one that is a theologian, or you were an atheist and became a theologian. I part of my heart for them is what you have found. What you have found within Christ, and the way that you express your faith with now is just amazing. To them, it's something completely different. I wish so bad that I had like the right words, a lot to explain, so that they're not, they're a lot angry with us, and I totally understand. But how do we, as Christians, how are we supposed to handle it?
Jamie, do you feel like they're angry with us because of what we believe, or they're angry with us because of how we act?
Well, it is. Well, I think it's because of
Or
how we
both?
act. They gather
Hypocrites.
lots of information from that.
Hypocrites, right?
Absolutely. Hypocrites.
Was that your biggest deal, Chris?
I just didn't see the need for a God. I mean, Darwinistic evolutionary theory, really, there's no need for a God. I mean, really, that's what it does.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need a God if everything is the product of natural selection and evolution. And the idea of God, frankly, is it's pointless. It's stupid. If that's what you believe.
So it wasn't necessarily Christians, or was it?
No, I didn't have a problem with Christians at all.
Okay.
No, I didn't have any problems with Christians whatsoever. I didn't see any need for a God. I just saw that there was no need for a God.
And that's a lot of, there you have your very militant atheists, and you have ones, all the way to where it doesn't really matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter, if somebody else believes in something.
That's good for you.
Yeah.
I'm glad you believe in that. That's
Right.
good for you.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all heard that,
Oh,
right?
But I guess as sanctuary, the one thing that I find, kind of sad is I really want to have great conversations with atheists. I really do. I think it's there's nothing. I don't want there's to be a separation there. I really want them to be welcome at Sanctuary, and
invite them to talk to you and ask you questions on your podcast. I mean, if you're out there and you're an atheist, this guy really does mean that when he says talk to him. He's not going to point a finger at you and judge you. He's going to talk to you, and he really desires that. So,
yeah. Even outside of faith, period. It's not. At Sanctuary, we don't limit people. It just sometimes it's really, it's difficult because we are doing something, and we are sharing our faith through really learned faith, through learned brokenness. and realizing that we don't know everything. And but I will say right off the bat, there are things that I do know. I can profess my faith all the time, but I really want them to hear you, Chris. I really want them to, and it's not because like, oh, this is a great story and blah blah blah, but these are people that become theologians. You know, you're not the first one, and atheists listening to what we have to say is just as important to me.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and I know that you guys.
Aren't the comments though and the questions we get great?
Yeah.
I mean, I love the interaction that we have on our podcast with our people.
Yeah,
I love that.
It's really good.
Yeah,
And I love that I don't know if a lot of you know, but Pastor Bob, all of us are really careful to keep it a safe place where you can ask questions. If someone gets on to you and starts attacking you for asking a question, we'll take them off. We're not gonna allow this place to become some place that's
It wants to be a
unsafe.
safe place.
And we don't want that to become
Yeah,
you. We don't
sanctuary.
want it to become you. We want, you know, we would love for you to stay and hang out.
Yeah.
You know, I love your questions. I do.
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
them.
I really, really enjoy that part of what we get to do through this ministry. I do.
Yeah.
Chris, I want you to talk for just a minute because he opened this door up, but this is really kind of the purpose for your podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's answering those questions that people have about the faith. Now, some people are atheists because they're mad at God or mad at Christians, and that's all of us. We're all commenting on those things every day. But for those people with theological problems with the Bible, with the faith and historical Christianity, talk about that for a minute.
I get it. I totally get it, and I understand. And believe me, at one time I was right with you. I really did. I mean, how could you possibly believe the Bible, right? I mean, the idea that this book, which had been copied and recopied so many times, how could you possibly accept it as true? How could you believe in the notion of a God in light of this scientific evidence for evolution? I get it. I do. And you won't get anything but respect from me because I really do understand. I mean, I wasn't trying to be antagonistic against God. I wasn't trying to be hostile against God. I just thought the idea was pointless. And I thought it was an idea for a bygone age when people were simpler and just a lot less sophisticated. You know, so I really do. I get it. I really, really do. But I mean, and I wasn't, but I wasn't hostile toward the church. I never had that kind of issue whatsoever. My thing, I just didn't see the point of a God, you know. And I had an event in my life which we've talked about before, and I started to ask real serious questions about life and death. And you know, at the end of the day, guys, if there is no God, your life has no meaning at all. And that is true. If there is no God, then there's no reason not to, succumb to every single terrible thought you might have in your head.
Eat, drink, and be merry. Yeah.
Eat and drink, for tomorrow you die.
Right.
If there is no God, your life has no purpose. That's true.
So, Chris, you've done some great podcasts on these already,
Yep.
and they're available under the So What
Yeah, so what?
podcast, and we've got some more to look forward to.
Yeah.
Craig, you're going to continue to do some stuff on free.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, you're talking specifically to people who are coming out of all the stuff that you've been through, and what can they look forward to in your podcast? Talk to us a little
Well, I think, just the continued journey of really so many things, discovering who God is and the kind of the way that He loves us and walks through us with so many of these, difficulties, and then really just kind of unleashing ourselves from things that have been spoken over us in those legalistic areas,
Because you start to believe a lot of things about God.
You
and
believe
about
all of
yourself,
them, and all the
Yeah.
things that God thinks
That's
about
great.
you, your deficiencies and your
Yeah.
inadequacies, which we do have, but coming to a place of realizing in spite of those inherent human traits, God still loves me and He's for me and He's with me and all those kinds of things. So,
Awesome.
continue
Absolutely.
that journey.
Andreas?
Yeah.
Our deacon?
I'm definitely still on a journey.
Yeah.
So I'll keep on journeying. So yeah,
keep a focus in every video. I start with whatever you did to.
These the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did to me.
Right.
So have that in mind. The deacon aspect, serving aspect, and then I think I'm gonna start to get a lot more of my metalhead attitude.
Good.
In the podcast. I think we need some more metal, some more manpower here.
So from now on, Andreas is growling his whole podcast.
Maybe not the whole, but I'll put a couple of pig squeals in
If
there.
you turn on Andreas and all of a sudden this mild-mannered guy is going, "Oh," then you know that it's Andreas, right?
You know what to expect.
Scott, what do we expect coming up from you?
Body Slammed has changed a little bit.
Okay.
After about 6 months or so of being involved in that, really about 7 or 8 months, it became. It started out going through kind of everything I had been through, and I vented a lot about that.
Mm-hmm. That was part of your healing too, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
It was. It was very, very. It was just really, really freeing. Being able to talk about it, because I didn't talk about it for so long because I felt guilty talking about it, and I felt, like people would think bad things. So it was very free to be able to talk about what I had been through. But it's kind of evolved now into taking in more of an honest look and approach at some of the things that maybe churches are teaching, some of the things that maybe churches are doing or focusing on, or some of the things I'm beginning to have done it enough now that I've kind of built up a small following of people that are asking really good questions.
Yes.
And that's one of the things I really want to start doing from here, probably where I'm at in my podcast, is start focusing on the questions that folks are bringing to me, the things that they're asking me, because they know what I've been through now. They kind of know where I'm at. They know my heart, and that I'm not trying to beat up the church, but at the same time, I'm trying to put my arm around people that may have been beat up themselves.
Yeah, that's great.
So I'm starting to get some really good questions on that. Poking a little bit of fun, having a little bit of humor thrown in along the way.
We got Buford coming back again.
Buford comes and goes. Yeah, he's.
I noticed Buford left his tie here.
Yeah, his tie is here, and it's very wide.
He got wet and disintegrated.
Yeah, it's a very wide tie.
Got offended.
Wait a minute. Hold that up in front of you again.
I kind of look like him.
You could be the spitting image of Buford.
I could be his brother.
Well, he's a lot better looking than you.
And
are,
it even has the
that.
price tag on the tie. So it's like $8.50.
Wow, that's
So
expensive.
this is a very nice tie, and but I don't see him getting very much more. I don't see him really listening and agreeing with much that we say. I don't
Possibly.
I don't see him agreeing with very much that we say.
Jamie, where are you going?
I plan on ranting.
Okay.
No,
I'm like renting and stuff.
I think the last two that I've done, I don't know, but it seems to me that I've just kind of been pressing record, not having anything in mind, and see what happens. But so I think I'm going to probably do a little bit more of that, and kind of go through. I'm going through the unforgiveness, talk and.
And by the way, this has been really heavy for you.
Yeah.
I mean, I've known you a lot of years, and I don't always see you break down and cry. But you did in your last podcast.
Yeah.
You're really broken with it, weren't you?
Yeah. I mean...
Now tell which podcast that is, because this will be weeks.
Oh, yeah. 3 months ago you did this podcast.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
this was on the Day of Reconciliation, Part 2. Kind of just lost my crap on it. But it's... reason being is that it's something that is really... it's something I realized about my life. I'm still healing.
Yeah.
I still got so much more to go. I remember I was doing it, and I realized and remembered, or realized really, that you had asked me, "Are you okay?" And I didn't know how to answer that. I didn't know how to. I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask for help. But I know that's not
But
the
he
case.
knows every time I ask that, I know that you're not okay.
Yeah, he knows.
Yeah.
You always know, but I didn't know how to ask for help.
Mm.
I don't know when you ask that question. It's not you, because I know exactly what you're going to do. It is I don't know how to ask because my head's too messed up. So unforgiveness and that stuff had destroyed my life, and I'm still at a very broken place, and I don't know what to do.
Do
But
you wear your seat belts in your?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, if anyone is really struggling
Yeah.
with forgiving someone, you really gotta watch
Need
it.
to see that one.
It's
Yeah.
you know, when you don't forgive someone, you are in bondage, and that person really runs your life.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
do.
that's right.
They run your life. They crush your faith. You got to check out that podcast. It really will bless you a lot.
Watch
Well,
me cry.
And it's like you said, it's like drinking poison.
Yeah.
We talked about giving
Yeah.
somebody poison.
No, it's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to
yeah,
die.
expect
Exactly.
the other person to die, right?
That's good.
Yeah, that was a good analogy.
It's really good.
Well, Christian, the love doctor. No, just
His
kidding.
podcast is about.
I feel like
I used
you
to be
should.
called Dr. Love in ministry school. It's true. This is true, actually.
His
Yeah.
podcast is about women.
Only.
You should really.
Oh, he's changed it as of today.
Changed. Well, this is
You
3 months
you
after.
really need to start. You really need to start your podcast with like a Barry White.
Oh, that would be
Can you
great.
imagine?
That would be great.
And then just kind of like flip your hair a little bit. Da-da-da-da-da.
And all these people going, Barry who?
Barry.
So middle. What do you think about that?
Mumble baby.
Yeah, big love.
Mumble love.
Today on Love Bound.
Yeah.
So your podcast really is about relationships and taking people along the journey with you
Yeah.
in relationships. You have no one in mind right now.
I'm single. Still single. Sorry if you're disappointed. Why hasn't he met
And
anyone
ladies, he is single.
Hey, speaking of Love Bound, I
Send your
gotta say,
applications to Pastor Bob.
yet? Let me give them any ideas.
speaking of Love Bound, I've got to say that I saw the namesake of your podcast yesterday.
Sure.
Yeah.
Driving around, I saw that.
Yeah, it's a sex shop. I
It's a
think.
sex store.
Sure. Probably not a lot of you know that. That's how I got
Lingerie.
It says on the
I
front of the
guess.
building. It says Love Bound.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
Did you drive past it on
It's
the way?
just down the street
I
here.
did not.
10 minutes away to Corey.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's how I got the name.
It's a great name, though. Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Well, they do now.
Yeah, they do now.
Yeah.
Let's J.N. that says that.
But I-
They
Oh my
all
God,
know
The
this.
proverbial cat is out of the bag.
Thank
How
you,
you doing,
Jamie.
Faith?
But I guess the question that I'm like with this journey that I'm on, the things that I have learned and still is learning, and my heart for everybody who watches it is to get closer and closer just to the answer to the question, what does healthy look like? Like healthy in relationships, and it's with yourself, with God, but most of all, you like love relationships and date. What does healthy dating look like healthy, just love in general, healthy boundaries, so many things that we talked about, and there's still so many things to talk about. And I love when you email me and when I get to walk alongside with you and help you figure out how to, get rid of some of those things that is weighing you down, because I know what it's like to have things like my struggle with rejection, which I've talked about, and getting through that, just the amazing freedom that's available, really, and that's really my heart for everybody, just for people to know how loved they are, and to really find love and just continue growing and just being healthy, because I think the healthier we get and the healthier relationships we have, the more we have to really offer to other people and
That's right.
just to
Very
the
good.
world, really. So yeah, I'm going to continue. I don't really know exactly what's going to happen. I guess we just take it,
We
one
never
step
know what's
at a
going to
time.
happen or where you're going to be filming at.
Exactly.
Like this year, you filmed from Iceland, from Norway, from Sweden, from United States.
Oh, aren't you cool?
He is cool.
You're jealous, Jamie.
The nomad.
I had to. Well, you said
I heard about that.
Right.
I heard about that.
That's right.
I heard about that.
Yeah, so but it's definitely want to keep growing with it and go deeper into some personal stuff as well, and do more interviews with people and let them share from their hearts. That's something I definitely want. I love doing. I always get really good feedback when
By the
do
time that this comes out, will the website be going? Will it be up?
Yes, and I'm going to talk about it. Just a couple things here real quick, and we're almost done. I'm excited for you to learn about some of the new things we're about to do with Sanctuary, with these guys podcasting, and some of our newer podcasters that'll be starting soon. Most likely by the time you see this episode, we'll have 3 new podcasts that'll be going besides the guys you see sitting here. And some exciting things happening in the future, but all of them have to do with interaction. All of them have to do with us communicating, not just the guys at the table, but all the guys at the table communicating with you. And we're excited to do that live. We're excited to do that on message boards. We've got some really great ideas, and we'll be announcing those things really soon. Again, by the time you see this, some of them will be in place, some will be on the way, and we'll have a lot of great things coming up. Folks, thank you for joining all of us on this great adventure today. It's been really great to have you join us. You are the reason we're sitting at the table, and we appreciate the fact that you turned this podcast on today and that you watch all of us. Continue to watch. Continue to grow with us. We're not here to say we're perfect. Let's teach you how to be perfect. We're here to say we're wounded, we're broken, we're learning, we understand, we want to walk with you. So, God bless you. Have a great day.
Right.